I think those are called Lazy Susans. Those must be liberal flowers. Kidding! Gotta own the libs once in a while. Alright, so I just got done watching yet another crucifixion of Andrew Yang on the Michael Brooks show. And Emma Vigeland was sitting in there from TYT and the usual crew. And they roasted Andrew Yang over the charcoals once again. And, you know, I really want to focus in on their arguments. Like, I want to understand their arguments. Whether they're wrong or right. I'm just trying to understand the arguments against him. I'll listen to the arguments for him. I'll listen to the arguments against him and any presidential candidate. And we all should. You know, so the bottom line is Andrew Yang's UBI, in their view, is regressive. It is not a progressive UBI. It would reduce, eliminate, and make vulnerable our social safety net. This is the argument. This is the crux of the argument. So, let's think about that. Let's talk about that down in the comments, too. Like I said in my previous video, and I'd like to keep this going in this video and other videos, let's get a bill passed that says, upon UBI implementation, we will protect and permanently put into law, if we haven't already, permanent laws protecting our social safety net programs, such as Social Security, disability, food stamps, and the main ones that are used by everyday struggling Americans. I think that sounds fair. And even though those programs will have a likelihood of reduction, I'm on board with forecasting that. People will opt out of the social safety net we have, programs we have that I just mentioned, and opt for the $1,000 a month UBI, which isn't means tested, which means you don't have to go through the rigorous vetting that these social programs entail, which I can see how it just becomes that much more appealing, because it's more stress on people who are already struggling. Like, if someone who's already struggling, who's on these programs, starts to get ahead, they're in jeopardy of losing their benefits, even though they're still in poverty. It's like, oh, great, I have to worry about that now. So, anyways, they just need to have Andrew Yang on the show. I mean, I'm sick of this. Just have him on your show. He'll do the show. I'm just sick of it. If anything, we on the left should be educating Andrew Yang, okay? As someone who likes Andrew Yang, I understand he is somewhat naive. And that's not a dig. That's a clinical assessment. I firmly believe, because he's not, just for the simple fact that he's not a politician, he's going to be naive in some capacity. That's nothing controversial there. That's just the way it is, okay? He's not a politician. That's a wonderful appeal. But he genuinely is a good faith actor. So, once again, it boils down to naivete and educating him. And if you want a left-wing UBI, if you want a progressive UBI, get him on your show. he will come on the Michael Brooks show. He's gone on the Young Turks. He's gone on the Humanist Report. He's gone on right-wing shows. Andrew Yang is up for talking, okay? And he's up for learning. That's one thing I like about Andrew Yang. He's open-minded. He's forward-thinking. And he's open for someone to tell him he's wrong. Because Michael Figueredo from the Humanist Report called him out on his UBI and how it's unfair to people who get Social Security. And within a few weeks later, Andrew Yang pivoted and said, okay, you know, I'm going to change that. That's reasonable. I listened to a reasonable argument from someone on the left, and I changed it. How does he not get credit there? He's open-minded. He'll listen. Michael Brooks, have him on your show. Hope someone from your show watches this. I'll tag you. Get him on the show. I just don't like the crap talk. I don't know. Because I think Michael Brooks is a smart guy. I think his crew is somewhat educated too. And I think they'd be up for the talk. You know, they'd be up for the debate. You know, they could point out the blind spots where they think they are in his UBI. Because left-wingers are for UBI. They're just not for anything that's a regressive UBI or anything that represents it, comes close to it, etc. So we're on board with UBI, okay? But some lefties, you know, are further left than others. And, you know, let's just have a talk. Let's talk it out. So anyways, let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Click the bell.